Okay guys, so today I'm gonna try my best to make a video about doing the oil change on my 2001 7.3 liter Powerstroke diesel truck. So here I got everything I think I'm gonna need. I have 14.5 quarts of oil because this truck takes 15 quarts, so I got 14.5 quarts of oil, and I got 16 ounces of this friction modifier, which is half a quart to make up for the other half a quart that's missing, so that equals to 15 quarts. And I got just basic tools. So the drain plug is a 19 millimeter, and I got some brake cleaner here for any messes I make. I have a punch here. I'll show you what I'm using it for in a minute. I got this thing here for loosening up the oil filter, and I have that little thing there which came from a lotion bottle. I washed and cleaned it really good. I've been using it for several years now, and I'll show you what I'm using it for. Some of you probably already know. Let's get to it. First I'm gonna pop the hood. Come on. Oh. Engine's still warm because I just got home from work about an hour ago. I'm gonna open the oil filler neck, remove the cap, set it right there, and that kind of helps the oil drain out better because there's some kind of airflow. So this is what I got to catch my oil. It's big enough, 23 quarts. So I use it mainly for this truck. Okay, so here we are under the truck now. There's your drain plug. I got my 19 millimeter, and we're gonna break it loose. Okay, so it's almost done draining. That took about probably, I don't know, a couple minutes to drain. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace the copper washer. So here's I have one left over from last time. Here's the new one. I'll show you the difference in a minute. There's the part number right there. It's a Dorman. So you can kind of see there's a little thinner. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but this one is a little much thicker than this one, obviously because this one's already used. So I'll go ahead and put the plug. I'm just gonna snug it up right there. Wipe this down. Okay, now time to remove the oil filter. I'll show you what I'm gonna do so I don't make a mess. So here's where the chisel comes in handy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna poke a hole in it, let all the oil drain out before I start removing it. That way I don't make a big mess while removing the oil filter. I'm just gonna punch a hole here in the middle. Okay, I got the hole in, and now I just gotta remove the chisel, and it'll start draining like that. Now we just gotta wait for the oil filter to drain out, and then we're gonna remove it, put oil in the new one, and then install it. So some of you may already know, the oil filter holds a lot of oil. It's been draining for about 2 minutes now and still coming out, so it's a good idea to do that. That way you don't risk spilling all that oil. I don't remember how many. I believe it takes more than a quart. Like the oil filter, I believe it holds more than a quart. So I'm gonna pay attention to how much it takes when I'm putting oil in the new filter, just to kind of give you an idea. Okay, so it's done draining. It's barely dripping now, so I'm gonna remove the filter now.
I could put my legs. For how many minutes?
See, no mess. And then you can just see, that's all the oil is in it. There's the gasket. Always make sure that comes off with the filter. Sometimes it like to stay on the surface up here, so always make sure it comes off. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe down the area here, filter housing. Okay, so I'm gonna put oil in the new oil filter, and we'll see how much it takes. As you can see, I have 2.5 quarts right here in this jug. So I'm gonna start dumping some in the oil filter, and we'll see how much is left here. You really want to do this before you install. You don't want to install the filter in there dry, otherwise it's not going to be good. And it looks like it fills up, but you kind of got to let it settle down. So you kind of got to let it soak it in, let the filter soak it in. You can see. Ooh. So you fill it up, and then see how it's going down. It's going down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
That's the paper filter inside, soaking in the oil.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Okay, so the filter is filled. It's not going down anymore, so it's filled up. And this is how much I got, how much oil I got left. I don't think you guys can see it, but it's right there between the half and the 1 quart. So it took almost 2 quarts of oil. Almost 2 quarts of oil just in the oil filter. So keep that in mind when you're doing your oil change on this thing. And also make sure you're doing it when you use the box to hold the filter in. When you're doing that way it won't tip over, because the bottom of the filter is not flat, so it'll tip over. I'm gonna get some of this oil, put it around the gasket, yeah, like that. and now it's ready to go back on the truck. Okay, so here we are back under the truck. I'm gonna give this another little wipe down real quick. Make sure that you pull the filter straight up. Don't tip it over. Straight. Okay. Straight up. Let's not spill it. Come on. Catch on.
My scooter was in the grass.
Now we're gonna hand tighten it. Okay, that's pretty good. Thing I like to do is I write down the date that I did the oil change and how many miles. That way, it just kind of gives me an idea, just in case I lose track of it. So today is the 30th. Come on. 2004, and we have 174,655 miles. So we're just gonna put 174,600. Okay, so pretty much we're done under the truck. That's bolted down, new washer, oil filter is done. It's got oil in it. Now we're gonna go up on top and get the oil out of the H-pop, or high pressure oil pump. So let's go up on the top. Okay, so for the high pressure oil pump, I'm just using a T30 to loosen up the bolt here. I guess you can also do it with an Allen wrench, but right now I don't have one in hand. So don't lose the little O-ring that's there. Now this is where this is noise. So this is what I used the little pump that came out of a lotion bottle. And like I said, I've been using this for many times. It fits right in and it goes all the way to the bottom. See? And then I just hold this here and I start pumping it out. I guess you can buy a little pump to make it easier and faster, but it doesn't take very long. It takes a few minutes and it works. I've been doing it like this for the last 3-4 years since I own this truck. You can see it's already pretty much empty. It's just spitting out air. So as you can see, about 14 ounces is what came out. Right there, it's a 14 right there. And then 16, 14. So that's what I'm gonna dump this, clean it, and then put 14 ounces in there and then dump it in the H-pop. Okay, so the container is clean now. I'm I'm gonna go ahead and pour in 14 ounces clean oil, right about there. Okay, now it's time to fill it back up, and I use this little rubber funnel. It fits in there perfectly. I stole it from my wife. She wasn't very happy about it, but after I used it the first time, she didn't want it back, so go figure. It works perfectly fine. So I got a paper towel here over the alternator just in case I drip. So just kind of slowly pour it in there. Don't pour it in all at once because you want to give it time to go down. It doesn't take very long. That's it. 14 ounces. You can't see it. Never mind. Or put the bolt back on. That little O-ring doesn't really need to be replaced. I never replaced it. It doesn't leak or anything, so just snug it right there, and that's done. Now it's time to add the oil. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump in the friction modifier. That way it goes at the bottom of the oil pan, and once I pour the oil in, it'll kind of mix it in. So this thing is darker than the oil. Remember, this is only half a quart, so you still got to put in 14.5 quarts. That's including what you put in the filter, what you put in the H-pop, all that. 14.5 quarts plus half a quart of this. It makes up for the 15 quarts. Oh, it makes up the 15 quarts. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm gonna dump the rest of the 2.5 quarts I had on this jug, in this jug. Dump that in. That's total 3 quarts. Yeah, that's the total of 3 quarts right there, with the whatever's in the filter and in the H-pop and all that stuff. And now we're gonna dump 3 of these jugs, which equals to 12 quarts. Okay, 1 gallon, 4 quarts. Don't get mixed up. This is not a 5-quart jug. This is 4 quarts. So 3 of this, 12, plus the other 3 that we had, the 2.5, plus the friction modifier, makes up 15 quarts. So here we go. Go slow. You don't wanna make a mess. Okay, that's jug number 1. Here goes jug number 2. And jug number 3. Okay, I'm gonna check the oil level, see where's it at. Dang, it's right where it needs to be, right there. It's right there. So I'm gonna start the truck, let it run for a few minutes, check underneath, make sure there's no leaks. and this should be done. Good, looks good. We're gonna go check under the truck. Okay, so everything's good, no leaks underneath or up on top. Everything is good. I'm gonna shut it off now. That way you can hear me, I guess. Pretty easy and simple to do. Doesn't require that many tools. I just gotta put this oil in the jugs and take it to O'Reilly's and recycle it, and so we can properly recycle it. There's my stash of oil filters. I'm set for the next few years. I don't have to worry about them anymore. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and it's kind of, sun is going down already. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment down below, and I'll see you next time on my next video, I guess. I got a couple more things coming up for this truck, just a couple little upgrades, and I'm gonna try to make a video on it too, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, that way you know when the next video comes out. Thanks for watching. Bye now.